Namaskara. This is the next minute of the short film translation. As usual, I'll play it twice without any translation, so that you could try to pick up the sentences and see if you're able to understand it. The third time I'll do a sentence by sentence translation and a word by word full grammar description. Let's start.
ಆದ್ರೆ ನಿಮ್ ಕಣ್ಗಳು ಬೇರೆ ಏನೋ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದೆ.
ಏನ್ ಹೇಳ್ತಿದೆ? ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತಿದೆ?
ಪಾಪು ಅಂತ. ನನ್ನ ತಾಯಿ ಕಣ್ಗಳ ತರನೇ ಇದೆ ನಿನ್ ಕಣ್ಗಳು.
Okay, so this was the last few seconds from the previous video, previous 1 minute. Now it is going to be the new content.
ಅವಳಿ ಪ್ರಪಂಚ ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ನನ್ನ ಹತ್ರ ತುಂಬಾ ವಿಚಾರ ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಕು ಅನ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದು. ಅದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದೇ ಒಂದು ಅವಳ ಕಣ್ಣಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದು, ಪಾಪು ನಾನು ತುಂಬಾ ದೂರ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ, ನಾನು ಹೋದ್ಮೇಲೆ ನೀನು ಯಾರೋ ನೋಡ್ಕೋತಾರೆ, ನನ್ನ ಕ್ಷಮಿಸ್ಬಿಡು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಹಾಗೆ ನನ್ನ ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಪ್ರಾಣ ಬಿಟ್ಟು. ಅಮ್ಮ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದಾಗ ನನಗೆ ನೆನಪಾಗೋದು ಅವಳ ಮುಖ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಅವಳ ಕಣ್ಗಳು. ಆ ಕಣ್ಗಳನ್ನ ಮತ್ತೆ ನಾನು ನೋಡಿದೆ ನಿನ್ನಲ್ಲಿ.
ಯಾಕೆ ಹೊಡೆದೆ? ಅವನ ನಾನು ತುಂಬಾ ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಹುಡುಗ ಅಂತ ಅನ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೆ. ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ ಗಂಡಸ್ರ ಬುದ್ಧಿ?
ಅವನೆಲ್ಲ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಮಿಸ್ಬಿಹೇವ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದು.
ಮತ್ತೆ ಯಾರು?
ನೀನ್ ಹಿಂದಿನ ಟೇಬಲ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂತಿದ್ನಲ್ಲ ಅವನು. ಹಿಂದು ಮುಂದೆ ನೋಡದೆ ಹೊಡೆದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಲ್ಲ ನೀನು. ಪಾಪ ಕಣ, ಅವನು ಎಲ್ರ ತರ ಅಲ್ಲ.
Okay, so this was first iteration. I'll play it again.
ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತಿದೆ?
ಪಾಪು ಅಂತ. ನನ್ನ ತಾಯಿ ಕಣ್ಗಳ ತರನೇ ಇದೆ ನಿನ್ ಕಣ್ಗಳು. ಅವಳಿ ಪ್ರಪಂಚ ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ನನ್ನ ಹತ್ರ ತುಂಬಾ ವಿಚಾರ ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಕು ಅನ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದು. ಅದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದೇ ಒಂದು ಅವಳ ಕಣ್ಣಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದು, ಪಾಪು ನಾನು ತುಂಬಾ ದೂರ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ, ನಾನು ಹೋದ್ಮೇಲೆ ನೀನು ಯಾರೋ ನೋಡ್ಕೋತಾರೆ, ನನ್ನ ಕ್ಷಮಿಸ್ಬಿಡು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಹಾಗೆ ನನ್ನ ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಪ್ರಾಣ ಬಿಟ್ಟು. ಅಮ್ಮ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದಾಗ ನನಗೆ ನೆನಪಾಗೋದು ಅವಳ ಮುಖ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಅವಳ ಕಣ್ಗಳು. ಆ ಕಣ್ಗಳನ್ನ ಮತ್ತೆ ನಾನು ನೋಡಿದೆ ನಿನ್ನಲ್ಲಿ.
ಯಾಕೆ ಹೊಡೆದೆ?
ಅವನ ನಾನ್ ತುಂಬಾ ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಹುಡುಗ ಅಂತ ಅನ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೆ. ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ ಗಂಡಸ್ರು ಬುದ್ಧಿ? ಥು.
ಅವನೆಲ್ಲ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಮಿಸ್ಬಿಹೇವ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದು.
ಮತ್ಯಾರು?
ನೀನ್ ಹಿಂದಿನ ಟೇಬಲ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂತಿದ್ನಲ್ಲ ಅವನು. ಹಿಂದು ಮುಂದೆ ನೋಡದೆ ಹೊಡೆದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಲ್ಲ ನೀನು. ಪಾಪ ಕಣ, ಅವನು ಎಲ್ರ ತರ ಅಲ್ಲ.
Okay, so the 2 times are done. So I will now I'll do a sentence by sentence translation.
ಹಾ?
ನನ್ನ ತಾಯಿ ಕಣ್ಗಳ ಥರನೇ ಇದೆ ನಿನ್ನ ಕಣ್ಗಳು. ಅವಳಿ ಪ್ರಪಂಚ ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ನನ್ನ ಹತ್ರ ತುಂಬ ವಿಚಾರ ಹೇಳಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ಲು.
Okay, so he says ಅವಳು ಈ ಪ್ರಪಂಚ ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಹೋಗಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ನನ್ನ ಹತ್ತಿರ, ಆ್ಯಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಐ ಪುಟ್ ಇಟ್ ನನಗೆ, ಸೊ he says ನನ್ನ ಹತ್ತಿರ ತುಂಬ ವಿಚಾರಗಳು ಹೇಳಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಅಂದುಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದಳು. What it means is when she, the she that he is talking about is his mother. When my mother went out of this prapancha, meaning when she passed away, right, she actually wanted to, before that she wanted to share a lot of things with me. She wanted to tell a lot of things with me, right? That's what he's saying. So I'll do a word by word translation. Avalu is she. ಈ ಪ್ರಪಂಚ, this world, prapancha is world, ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಹೋಗಬೇಕಾದರೆ, so while leaving and going, that's what it means. But bittu, bidu becomes bittu. Bidu is leave. It's past verbal participle is bittu. Bittu ಹೋಗಬೇಕಾದರೆ, so ಹೋಗು is go, ಹೋಗ is like infinitive mode of ಹೋಗು, right, which means to go. ಹೋಗಬೇಕಾದರೆ, while. So Bekadre is a term used when you want to add while to a sentence, right? So while leaving and going, right, at the time of, what he meant was at the time of leaving and going this world, okay? And the exact term for that is called Bekadre. You have to put it together. Hoga Bekadre, Noda Bekadre. For example, while I was seeing this book, I happened to see that book. So those type of sentences, okay, that's where you use this bekadre. Hoga, you have to put the verb in infinitive mode. Hoga bekadre, noda bekadre. For example, ನಾನು ನನ್ನ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ ನೋಡಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ ನೋಡಿದೆ. What it means, when I went to see my friend, while I met my friend, I saw your friend also. He happened to be there, like that. So that's your ನೋಡಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ. ನೋಡಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ is ನೋಡು is to see. So that's how you add the ಬೇಕಾದರೆ to any verb, okay? ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ, ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ನನ್ನ ಕೆಲಸನೂ ಮಾಡಿ. What does it mean? While you're doing your work, you can do my work also, like that, okay? So ಬೇಕಾದರೆ is used like that. So here he's saying while his mother was at the time, at the time of very last minute of leaving this world, she actually wanted to share many things with me, right? She wanted to share many things with me, but she didn't have time like that. So ನನಗೆ ತುಂಬ ವಿಚಾರಗಳು, or not ನನಗೆ, ನನ್ನ ಹತ್ತಿರ, to me, okay? So ನನಗೆ can be replaced with ನನ್ನ ಹತ್ತಿರ. ಹತ್ತಿರ also can be treated like a fourth vibhakti. It means to me, right? To me, ತುಂಬ means many, ವಿಚಾರಗಳು, things, or many thoughts. ಹೇಳಬೇಕು, ಮಸ್ಟ್ ಟೆಲ್ ಅಂತ, ಲೈಕ್ ದಟ್. ಅಂದುಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದಳು, ಅಂದುಕೊಳ್ಳು, ಅಗೇನ್ ಅಂದುಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದಳು ಕಮ್ಸ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಅಂದುಕೊಳ್ಳು, ಇಟ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಇಂಟೆಂಡೆಡ್. ಅಂದುಕೊಳ್ಳು ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಟು ಅಸ್ಯೂಮ್. Here in this context, it means she intended to tell many things, right? Andukollu becomes andukondu, past verbal participle. Iru becomes iddalu, it is past perfect tense. Avalu iddalu, right? She had, this is past perfect tense, so she had intended to do. All this happened in the past, so past perfect tense is used. Let's move on.
ಅದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದೇ ಒಂದು ಅವಳ ಕಣ್ಣಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದು.
ಸೊ ಆದರೆ or ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ, ಸೊ ಆದರೆ ಬಟ್ ಒಂದೇ ಒಂದು ಅವಳ ಕಣ್ಣಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದು. So he's saying out of that, right, or but even though she had many things to say, there was one thing, right, ಒಂದೇ ಒಂದು there was one thing that was said through her eyes. ಅವಳ ಕಣ್ಣಲ್ಲಿ, through her eyes she talked through her eyes. That's what he's saying. So let's do a word by word. ಆದರೆ is but. ಒಂದೇ ಒಂದು, just one. ಒಂದೇ ಒಂದು means just one. ಅವಳ ಕಣ್ಣಲ್ಲಿ means ಅವಳ is sixth vibhakti of avalu. So it is her. Kannu is eye. Kangalu is eyes, but you can use kannalli, it means eyes, in the eyes. in her eyes. Heliddu is with that which was told. So it comes from helu, tell. Heliddu is a past gerund. The present gerund, as you know, is called vudu. Heluvudu means the act of telling, right? So this gerund, as I mentioned before in other videos, it converts a verb into a noun. So here it's converting the tell, which is a verb, to a noun as told, right? The act of telling, act of what was told, or that which was told, that is your past gerund. So right, then heliddu, so that which was told, the next slide is going to tell what exactly she told. Okay, so the thing that she told is what we are going to see next. That's where you use this gerund.
ಪಾಪು ನಾನು ತುಂಬಾ ದೂರ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ.
So she says Papu, she's calling him as Papu, like baby, like that. Papu, Nanu tumba dura hogta idini. I am going very far. That's what it means. So Nanu is I, tumba dura, very far. Dura is far. Hattira is near. Okay. Hogta idini, I am going. This is present continuous tense. Hogu becomes hogta. Hogta is a present verbal participle. Okay. So past verbal participle of hogu is hogi. Present verbal participle is hogta. Okay. So for present continuous tense, the main verb has to be changed to present verbal participle. Iru will become iddini, which is I am, right? So first person singular. I am going very far away. That's what she is trying to say.
ನಾನು ಹೋದ್ಮೇಲೆ ನೀನು ಯಾರೋ ನೋಡ್ಕೋತಾರೆ.
Okay, so here he says ನಾನು ಹೋದ ಮೇಲೆ ನಿನ್ನನ್ನು ಯಾರೋ ನೋಡ್ಕೊತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ or ನೋಡ್ಕೊತಾರೆ. Okay, so ನೋಡ್ಕೊತಾರೆ is what it is. So what the meaning of this sentence is, ನಾನು ಹೋದ ಮೇಲೆ, after I go, ನಿನ್ನನ್ನು, you, ಯಾರೋ means who will take care of you, like that. Who will take care of you? That is the meaning of the sentence. Let's do a word by word. Nanu is I. Hoda mele is again a term which you can use to say after that action. Here it is after I go. The hogu becomes hoda. That which was went, past relative participle. Okay, you take the past relative participle of hogu and then you add mele. Mele actually means up. Okay, in space. In time it means after. Okay, so when you are mentioning, when it is referring to time, it means after. When you are referring to space, it means up. Okay, hoda mele. Then you can say madida mele. After doing this work, you do that work. If you want to say like that, ee kelsa madida mele aa kelsa madu, like that. So that's how you use this mele. So you have to do the past relative participle of the verb and then add mele to it. It means after this action, do that action, like that. So nanu hoda mele, after I go. So ninna is ninnanna, you, as in second vibhakti of you. Yarro, so actually it's yarro. She is talking about, again she is addressing him as a boy, male, without respect. So yarro, ro she is using instead of re. She is using re is with respect. It's her own son, so she is saying yarro, which means yaru, means who, right? Here notkotare, I put it as notkota iddare here, in the top. But here I put it correctly. Notkotare. So notkotare is actually notkolluttare. So it means yaro, who will take care. So nodkollu is the verb to mean take care, taking care. Okay, nodkollu. Literally it means nodu means see, right? See yourself is nodkollu. It also means take care. So notkoltare is will take care. It's actually simple present tense, third person plural. But here it is referring to a future action. Notkoltare. Okay, ನಾನು ನೋಡ್ಕೊಳ್ತೀನಿ. When you say, for example, ಆ ಕೆಲಸ ನಾನು ನೋಡ್ಕೊಳ್ತೀನಿ, that work I'll take care of it. Whenever you want to say I'll take care of it, you can say ನಾನು ನೋಡ್ಕೊಳ್ತೀನಿ, ನೋಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳು means to take care. Let's move on.
ನನ್ನ ಕ್ಷಮಿಸ್ಬಿಡು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಹಾಗೆ ನನ್ನ ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಪ್ರಾಣ ಬಿಟ್ಟು.
ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ನನ್ನನ್ನು ಕ್ಷಮಿಸ್ಬಿಡು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಹಾಗೇ ನನ್ನನ್ನು ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಪ್ರಾಣ ಬಿಟ್ಟಳು. ಸೊ ವಾಟ್ ಶಿ ಈಸ್ ಸೇಯಿಂಗ್ ಇಸ್, ಪ್ಲೀಸ್ ಫರ್ಗಿವ್ ಮೀ. Okay, like that she said, saying please forgive me, like that she looked at her eye, looked at my eyes, and then she passed away. She left her life, like that. That's a meaning of the sentence. Word by word is nannanna. Nannanna is nanu, second vibhakti is nannanna, object of the sentence. Nannanna kshamisu, the mother is telling the son, kshamisu means forgive me. Kshamisu means to forgive. Shamisi bidu, the bidu is an auxiliary verb. So shamisu means to forgive. Shamisi is after having forgiven, past verbal participle. Then this bidu, which is an auxiliary verb, is being added. Bidu means leave. Okay, and it gives the effect of completely forgive me, quickly forgive me, entirely forgive me. That concept of quickly, entirely, completely, that kind of emotion is being showed with this second verb bidu. Okay, bidu also means quickly. For example, ಈ ಕೆಲಸ ಬೇಗನೆ ಮುಗಿಸ್ಬಿಡು. Bega means fast. Begane, fastly. Mugisbidu, you are asking somebody to say ಈ ಕೆಲಸ, this work. Begane mugisbidu. Mugisu means finish. Mugisbidu means finish quickly. So that bidu gives the effect of quickly sometimes. It gives the effect of completely. Right? For example, avanu ಊಟ ಅನ್ನ, or I'll say avanu biryani ಅನ್ನ ಅವನೇ ತಿಂದುಬಿಟ್ಟ, ಅವನೇ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ಲಿ ಅವನೇ ತಿಂದುಬಿಟ್ಟ. ವೆನ್ ಯು ಸೇ ಅವನು ಬಿರಿಯಾನಿಯನ್ನು ಅವನೇ ತಿಂದುಬಿಟ್ಟ, ಇಫ್ ಯು ಸೇ ಅವನೇ ತಿಂದುಬಿಟ್ಟ, ತಿನ್ನು ಇಸ್ ಟು ಈಟ್, ತಿಂದುಬಿಟ್ಟ, ಬಿಟ್ಟ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ he ate off everything. So in English you say, right, actually he was supposed to keep the biryani for me also to share, but he just ate everything all by himself, completely, entirely. Then you will say avanu tindubitta. The bitta is the auxiliary verb added to give the effect of completely, the whole thing, without even leaving anything. Even one speck of rice also is not left, like that. So those type of emotion is showed by these auxiliary verbs. There are a few auxiliary verbs. Bidu is one, hogu is another, like that. When it comes, I'll talk about that. Let's move on. Anta helta, like that, telling. Helta is a present verbal participle. While telling that, hage means like that itself, like that. While hage nannanna nodta, seeing, nodta again. Seeing is present continuous tense. Seeing prana bittalu, left her breath. Prana bittalu, bidu again. Here it means to leave, literally, not an auxiliary verb. So bidu becomes bittalu, she left. It's a simple past tense, third person singular feminine. Avanu bittanu, avalu bittalu, nanu bitte. Right? Avanu bitta, you can always say. Adu bittitu, male bittitu, the rain left. It means the rain has stopped, like that. So that's how you use the bidu verb. Let's move on.
ಅಮ್ಮ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದಾಗ ನನಗೆ ನೆನಪಾಗೋದು ಅವಳ ಮುಖ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಅವಳ ಕಣ್ಗಳು.
ಓಕೆ, he says ಅಮ್ಮ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದಾಗ ನನಗೆ ನೆನಪಾಗೋದು ಅವಳ ಮುಖ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಅವಳ ಕಣ್ಗಳು. Amma anta. So what he means is, whenever mother is said, whenever I think of my mother, I don't remember her face. I mean, what comes to me, right? The image that comes to me is not her face but her eyes. Okay, that's what he means. Let's do word by word. Amma anta heldaga. Amma anta, amma, the word. When you say the word amma, heldaga means when told. So anta is used to say the word amma when told, right? Nanage, to me, nanu becomes nanage, fourth vibhakti. Nenappu means thought, right? Nenappu, the word means thought. Nenappagodu, the thought that which happens. Agu becomes aguvudu, present gerund. So agu is to become, aguvudu, that happens. The thought that happens, aguvudu, avala, her. Avalu becomes avala, sixth vibhakti. Mukha alla, mukha is face, not face. Mukha alla, avala, her. Kangulu, her eyes. Let's move on.
ಆ ಕಣ್ಗಳನ್ನ ಮತ್ತೆ ನಾನು ನೋಡಿದೆ ನಿನ್ನಲ್ಲಿ.
ಸೊ ಆ ಕಣ್ಗಳು ಮತ್ತೆ ನಾನು ನೋಡಿದೆ ನಿನ್ನಲ್ಲಿ. ಸೊ those eyes I saw again in you. I saw my mother's eyes in you. That's what he's saying. So I'll do a word by word. A kangulu, those eyes. A is those. That. Okay. A is that. E is this. But here kangulu. So that's why I put as those. But you will continue to say A in Kannada. right? You can also say a pustaka, that book. It's a singular only. Singular plural will always be a only. E is this. Singular plural is e. Matte, matte is again. Okay, matte. Nanu, I. Nodide, nodide, nanu, I saw, right? This is simple past. So this can be interpreted in two ways. I took the simplest way of interpreting. Nodide, it means the next I saw only. He has not seen her eyes anywhere else. Here only he wanted to say. So nodide, so there is a clitic there, but it was not clear, so I didn't put the clitic. So nodide means I saw. Simple past, first person singular. I saw. Ninnalli, in you. Neenu ninnalli, in you. Let's move on. Okay, one second. Okay, so let's move on. So next I think 30 seconds or something will just be no dialogue for some time. Let's just follow it. The dialogue comes much later. Okay, so here the friend says, hey, avange yake hodede. Why did you beat him? That's what it means. So let's do word by word. Avange, avanige, to him, without respect. Avanu is he without respect. Avaru is with respect. So avanu, avanige, to him. Yake, why? Hodede, again, hode means to beat or to hit. Okay, past tense. Why did you hit? Hode becomes hodede. Simple past, second person singular. So she is talking to the person, this heroine. So she's talking to the second person. So she's saying hodede. Yake hodede. Okay, once let's move on.
ಅವನ ನಾನು ತುಂಬಾ ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಹುಡುಗ ಅಂತ ಅನ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೆ.
So the heroine then says, avanan naan ತುಂಬಾ ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಹುಡುಗ ಅಂತ ಅಂದುಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೆ. So what she's saying, I thought that boy is that he's a good boy. I thought he was a good boy. Like that she says. So word by word. Avananna, him, avanu, second vibhakti avananna. Tumba, very, ಒಳ್ಳೆ, good, huduga, boy, anta, like that. Andukondidde, I had thought, I had what you call judged him. All that is meaning, the context of this andukollu keeps changing according to where it is. Okay, the literal meaning is assumed. So I had judged him as a good boy, like that, good guy, right? Andukollu becomes andukondo, meaning after having assumed or after having thought, which is past past verbal participle. Andukondidde, so this iru verbs becomes idde. So iru becomes idde, had a thought. Andukondu idde, so this is past perfect tense. I had thought, right? I had thought he was a good person. So this is andukondidde, past perfect tense. So how do you get past perfect tense? The first, so it will be with two verbs, andukollu, andukollu, and then iru together will create the past perfect tense. So the andukollu has to be made andukondu, which is past verbal participle. Then the iru verb has to be converted to past tense, simple past tense. Iru idde, I becomes idde. right? So when you make iru verb as simple past and then the first verb as past verbal participle, you get past perfect tense. If you make the iru verb as simple present and then the first verb as a past verbal participle, then you will get present perfect tense. That's how you get the different tenses. Let's move on.
ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ ಗಂಡಸ್ರ ಬುದ್ಧಿ?
So she says, "El hogate gandasuru buddhi." What it means is, where will men's mind go? So what she's saying is, men's mind is very, what you call dirty. They'll always will look for, will behave with girls like this. That's what she's trying to say. So let's do a literal meaning. El is elli, where hogate will go. So this atte suffix is actually quite useful. So what it is, hogu is go, hogate is simple present tense, third person neuter gender. Okay, bus hogate, bus will go. E bus Mysore hogate, this bus goes to Mysore, like that. So this atte is a suffix for neuter gender, okay, which in simple present and also for future, because simple present is used for future in spoken Kannada. So she says el hogate gandasuru buddhi, because she is trying to refer to buddhi. Buddhi means mind, which is a neuter gender. Like what I said, in Kannada and all South Indian languages, humans are the only one which is masculine gender and feminine gender. Everything else is neuter gender. Objects, animals, everything else is neutral. So mind, even though it's within the human body, right? Human body is still neuter gender. Okay, the human soul only is, the human as a total only is male or female. The parts of the body is again neuter gender. So buddhi is part, the mind is part of the human body. So it is treated as a neuter gender. So el hogate gandasaru, ganda is man, gandu is man. Okay, gandasaru means plural, man becomes men, gandasaru, right? So there are two suffixes for plural in Kannada. One is galu, another one is aru. For certain, huduga becomes hudugaru, hudigi becomes hudigiyaru. So certain words will be aru, many words will be galu for plural. Okay, let's move on.
ಅವನೆಲ್ಲ ಕಣೆ ಮಿಸ್ಬಿಹೇವ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದು.
ಮತ್ತೆ ಯಾರು?
So she says avanalla kane misbehave madiddu. The friend says, she says matte yaru. Okay, so what it means is, it's not him who misbehaved. Then this heroine asks, who else? Matte yaru means who else. Okay, let's do word by word. Avan alla, not him, not he. Avanu alla, avan alla, not he. Kane, I mentioned about kane. Kane is like a tag that is added to sentences. Here it means you see, like that. She's trying to explain, right? That's where the kane is used. Okay, kane comes from kanu. Kanu means to see. Okay, kanu becomes kane if it is female, if you are addressing a female. Here this friend is addressing her other friend who is also female, so she's using kane. If a friend is addressing a male, he or she will call that person as kano. Okay, kandro is again addressing many people, again without respect, meaning friends. Kandri means addressing many people with respect. Kandri is when you're trying to explain something, when you're trying to prove something, then you use this term. Like just in English you say things like you see, you know, like that. Okay, so that's, she says avanalla kane misbehave madiddu. So this madiddu is a iddu suffix. Madu becomes madiddu, which is a past gerund. Who did, he is not the one who did. Do becomes did, not the one who did. Okay, matte yaru, else who. Matte is else, what else, right? Like that, matte. But yeah, if you go to vegetable shop, they'll give you whatever vegetable you want, then they'll keep asking you matte. Matte actually means what else. Here she used matte yaru. Yaru means else who. So matte actually means else, but it can be treated as what else normally when you say, just say matte. But when you add a question to it, then it becomes what else. For example, matte hege. Hege is how. Matte hege means how else can this be done. So you use matte to represent else if there is another question word coming next to it. But if you just use matte as it is, it means what else. Okay, let's move on.
ನೀನು ಹಿಂದಿನ ಟೇಬಲ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂತಿದ್ನಲ್ಲ ಅವನು.
So she says nin hindin table alli kutidanalla avanu. So what she means is, the guy who was sitting behind your table, that person was the one who misbehaved. So let's do a sentence by sentence, word by word. Nin is ninna, right? Ninna is your sixth vibhakti. Hindina table, hinde is back, hindina table, sixth vibhakti again, behind's table, the table that was behind, table alli, in the table, seventh vibhakti. Kutiddanalla, was sitting, isn't it? So kutiddan, how do you get kuru? Kuru means to sit. Kutu is after having said, past verbal participle of kuru is kutu. Idda, so iru becomes idda, had sat, right? Idda, kutidda, alla, isn't it? So kutiddan alla, she says kutiddan alla, third person singular. So this is iru becomes idda, which is simple past, third person singular masculine. Kutiddan alla, was sitting. So this is past continuous tense. So to get past continuous tense, the first verb, which is kuru, becomes past verbal participle. The second verb, which is always a iru verb, has to be put in simple past. If you put the second verb in simple present, it becomes present continuous tense, right? So kutiddane, you say, right? Kutiddane. Here kutidda, right? Okay. Avanu. So she says he. He is the one who did it. Let's move on.
ಹಿಂದು ಮುಂದೆ ನೋಡದೆ ಹೊಡೆದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಲ್ಲ ನೀನು.
ಸೊ ಹಿಂದೆ ಮುಂದೆ ನೋಡದೆ ಒಡೆದು ಬಿಟ್ಟೆ ಅಲ್ಲ ನೀನು. ಹಿಂದೆ ಮುಂದೆ ನೋಡದೆ ಒಡೆದು ಬಿಟ್ಟೆ ಅಲ್ಲ ನೀನು. ಸೊ ವಾಟ್ ಶಿ ಈಸ್ ಸೇಯಿಂಗ್ ಇಸ್, ಹಿಂದೆ ಮುಂದೆ ನೋಡದೆ, ವಾಟ್ ಇಟ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಇಸ್ ವಿತೌಟ್ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಲಿ ಚೆಕಿಂಗ್ ಹೂ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಡಿಡ್ ಇಟ್, ಯು ಜಸ್ಟ್ ವೆರಿ ಹೇಸ್ಟಿಲಿ, right? ಹಿಂದೆ ಮುಂದೆ ನೋಡದೆ is an expression that means hastily, right? Hastily in a rush. ಹೊಡೆದು ಬಿಟ್ಟೆ, again ಹೊಡೆದು ಬಿಟ್ಟೆ, you hit, you beat him. ಅಲ್ಲ ನೀನು, isn't it you? Like that she's asking. Let's do a word by word. Hinde munde nodade, like what I said, it's an expression which means not seeing back, not seeing forward. Hinde is back, munde is forward. Okay, so hinde is behind back if it is representing space. If it is representing time, it means before, earlier, like that. Munde is again in front, forward, if it's representing space. And if it is time, it is after. Nodu is to see. Nodade is without seeing. So this nodade, when you add this ade, right, it becomes negative past verbal participle. Nodade is without, you are adding the concept of without. Madade, kelsa madade hodanu, right? Kelsa madade hoda, if you say, for example, kelsa madade hoda, it means without doing work. Madade, without doing the ade, you add to madade. Kelsa madade, ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡದೆ, ದೆನ್ ಕೊಡದೆ, ದುಡ್ಡು ಕೊಡದೆ, ಕೊಡು is give, ದುಡ್ಡು ಕೊಡದೆ ಹೋದನು, ವಿತೌಟ್ ಗಿವಿಂಗ್ ಮನಿ he went. So when you want to add that without, you have to add this ade. ಹೊಡೆದೆ ಬಿಟ್ಟೆ, again this bidu is used as an auxiliary verb. ಹೊಡೆ is to beat or to hit. ಹೊಡೆದು ಬಿಟ್ಟೆ, ಹೊಡೆದು, after having beaten, past verbal participle. ಬಿಡು becomes ಬಿಟ್ಟೆ, simple past. So you beat him off, you beat him quickly without checking who actually did. Allah, isn't it? Neenu, you, like that. Let's move on. I think this is the last sentence.
ಪಾಪ ಕಣ, ಅವನು ಎಲ್ಲರ ಥರ ಅಲ್ಲ.
Okay, so she says papa kane, avan ellaru tara alla. Papa means pity him. Kane, again you see, like that. Kane, avanu, he, pity him, he, avanu. Then pity papa kane, she says, and then avanu, he, ellaru means everybody, tara, similar, not like others, tara alla, tara means similar to, right? Ee tara pustaka, ee tara notebook nage onde kodi, this type of notebook give me one similar to this, that is called tara. But he is not like others, that's what she is trying to say. Okay, so I think this part of the translation ends here. I'll see you again with the next minute of translation. Just again wanted to emphasize how you can actually learn so much of grammar just by watching these type of free casual short films. Okay, keep watching, and then you'll be able to pick up Kannada very, very fast. ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು.